Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we're going over the markets and got some pretty big news today that Trump has said that he's reached some negotiations with Iran. It looks like the conflict may be settling down a lot. It's been a highly debatable war, so it's been interesting to trade, that's for sure. But yeah, we see an initial immediate push on the indices, which is pretty crazy to see here. I guess this level really did add to support, which is the 6,500 level, which is the one I predicted, which was the point I really wanted to see the market support from as well. And for this view, it looks like a really good time to buy indices. We've come down about 10% from the highs here. The all-time highs, and normally whenever we get these sort of like large drops, it's always just best to try and buy the dip, and that's how you outperform the market. It is buying the dip, buying when the price is low, when it's an area of discount, which it clearly is here on the chart. It will be really interesting to see if we go into new time highs, but all-time highs. But the thing is as an investor, this is a great time to buy. As a trader, it's still a great time to buy, so you have quite nice levels of support. As a swing trader myself, I'm waiting for more confirmation to personally get in the trade. But as an investor, I'm always trying to look to get in at areas of discount in the market. And this is, you don't get many opportunities to buy the S&P at a 10% dip, in the year. So this is the times, I think investors should be looking to really invest their money in indices and things like that. All the indices are quite fine. We look at the FTSE in the UK. If you look at that, we are, down also 10% from the highs nearly, 9%, just 30, same story, 10%. So great time to look at longing. I mean, China, looking at the Chinese market here, 10% as well. And yeah, so I'm looking at things like gold as well. From an investment standpoint, very, very nice time to buy. We're working off the 200 EMA, and this is a position that it looks really, really nice to trade off here. And obviously, you can put TPs at the highs here. This is on the daytime frame, on the 4 hour. Like I say, as a trader, as a swing trader myself, I'm waiting for that further confirmation before I can really enter the market again. I don't want to be caught up and trying to catch the bottom of a move. It's very difficult to do that in trading. With a stop loss, that's quite tight. So as a swing trader, intra-swing, week swing trader, then I'm looking to sort of get out in the next, within about 3 to anywhere about 8 days. So I'm not really looking to try and catch the bottom of moves. That's not really my strategy. My strategy is more of a continuation model. So once we see price, make continuations, makes price action to the upside, and the fundamentals stay aligned, then that's a great time for me to see that. Let's look to get entries in the market. If we go to the Edgefinder TradeSafe Plus, which is the fundamental software that I personally use, I'll leave a link in the description below. You can get all of the currencies from the strongest to the weakest fundamentally. It takes into consideration all of the economic data, and it's really, really helpful. So I can see obviously the most bullish one is the US dollar here. We've got the safe haven strength, we got the fact that we got the core report saying we're coming in long here. We've got inflation increasing, CPI, PPI, PCE rates also looking to hike here as well. Which you can see this furthermore with if I go to the Fed here, it looks like now there's a 10% chance of hiking, but we're still bullish, I'd say, with indices and with currencies in terms of like the ECB, 89% chance of hiking. You just want to monitor these to see how much they're changing. We got Australia still looking to hike interest rates, Europe, Japan, Bank of England now as well, 61 Fed. It is less, but you just want to keep them monitored to just really understand, we're still far away from the next rate decision, so it'll be interesting to see how things change in the next few days. I'm not looking to buy the US dollar suddenly at the moment. I'm only looking to buy the US dollar against really weak currencies like the NZD, like the Japanese yen, like the CAD, who are basically the only currency that wants to lower their interest rates, which you can see right here, Bank of Canada, 10% cut. So we can look at the COT reports and to further, gain a better understanding, and we look at COT regimes. It's very, very useful, this software. I do recommend it. So yeah, what am I looking to get into? I've just come out of a trade on NZD USD. This is the trade I put in my Discord as well, which is completely free. right here, and I managed to exit for a nice, I think it was just a 1 to 2, but when I entered, which was back here on Friday, it was a very quick trade because of the news which came in with the US dollar today, and obviously it's US dollar news because it's Trump speaking. So if I look at USD NZD, or NZD USD, which is Para Turk, you can see we wicked out luckily because of the news. But it was, if the news didn't happen either, I'm sure this would have hit TP. We had 5 or 6 bearish candles in our direction, so it was a very nice trade. We are back at break even for those who did manage to hit TP, but yeah, this is the trade I took, and obviously why did I take it? Because it's a -10 score on the Edge Finder, and you can just see if you've been shorting this currency for the last, since the start of end of January, it's been quite nice. And we can now see gold starting to creep up into the neutral territory, and hopefully we can see things like gold and silver get to bullish, so we can start to long it again with the fundamentals on our side. We're now seeing indices as well. Nikkei increase their rating. We can see, S&P coming back to break even. AUD still looking very strong. AUD CAD, AUD NZD. AUD NZD is looking like a really nice buy here as well. We come down to this level here at the moment, to see if we get any more reactions here, or it's not a personally level I'd like to buy off. I want to see a level of demand created up here as well, and I want to see the 200-day moving average get a bit closer here, or the 50-day, which is actually moves under. So for me, yes, we are at area discount. Yes, we are at level of structure, but for me, it doesn't quite meet my rules, so I won't be entering this trade personally. But if we do get some more bullish price action to the highs here, we come back to a break and retest and look to go long here to the all-time highs, and that'd be a nice trade for me to look to get into. But yeah, that's mainly it. We have a lot of strong currencies that I don't really want to be trading at the moment. Things like EU and GU. We're just, in my opinion, going to see chop for the next few days and weeks leading after this war, just because we have two currencies here that want to increase interest rates. It's difficult to trade that. Same with Euro USD. Chop. We're not really seeing any clear structure here to the highs. Yes, we're seeing, Euro strengthen a bit today, but tomorrow we could get USD strength back into the market with new news. So it's difficult to look at, places. I'm much looking at these NZD pairs though, like Euro NZD, as you can see here, because we're making nicer price action to the highs here. You can see a clear bottom and reactions off this level of support breaks the structure to the highs. We're breaking trend lines. We're moving back above the EMAs. These are all things I want to be looking at. That tells me how to keep a high win rate. I'm avoiding pairs that aren't trending. So when I'm taking these trades to the downside, chances are that they're more likely than not that they are going to carry on going. If they've been trending one way or the other, there's no real reason that's going to make a bottom. And sometimes they do. I don't win. I don't win every single trade I take. My win rate at the moment is between sort of about 60%, which is for me pretty good at the moment. But we just have to see how that goes for the rest of the year. USD JPY, is this a good time to buy? I'm not sure. We've got a Japanese intervention level at 160, and that'll be something I need to monitor. But that's pretty much about it for the rest of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, smash the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. But thank you.